You see that guy at the networking event wearing the blazer with visible designer logos everywhere. The one checking his phone every 30 seconds. The one who drove up in a leased luxury sedan he can barely afford. You know what the truly wealthy men in that room are thinking when they see him. They are thinking absolutely nothing, because they have already dismissed him. He is invisible. He screams desperation dressed up as success, and the people who actually matter can smell it from across the room. Here is what nobody tells you about elegance. It is not about the clothes you wear. It is not even about the money you have. Elegance is a system of habits that either elevates you or exposes you. And right now, you are probably practicing the wrong ones. The fashion world has witnessed something fascinating in 2025. Men are rediscovering the pleasure of dressing well, not because they have to, but because they want to. The difference? Intent. The desperate middle class dresses to impress strangers at the grocery store. The elegant man dresses because he respects himself. Think about it this way. When Mark Zuckerberg walks into a meeting wearing what looks like a basic grey t-shirt, people see simplicity. What they do not see is that those shirts are custom ordered from Brunello Cucinelli and cost between $300 and $400 each. That is elegance. The desperate middle class wears logos. The elegant wears quality that whispers. But this goes deeper than clothing. This is about 5 specific habits that separate men who command rooms from men who desperately want to be noticed in them. And if you are still doing what average men do, you are going to get exactly what average men get, which is nothing. Let me show you something. Studies of actual millionaires reveal they typically maintain 7 different income streams. 7. Meanwhile, the desperate middle-class man clings to his single paycheck like a life raft in a storm. He thinks his job makes him secure. It does not. It makes him fragile. One layoff, one health crisis, one industry disruption, and his entire world collapses. The elegant man thinks differently. He understands that relying on one income source is the financial equivalent of wearing a polyester suit to a black tie event. It looks fine from a distance, but up close, everyone knows you do not belong there. So habit number 1 that separates the elegant from the desperate is this. The elegant build multiple streams of value. Not just income, value. They invest in assets that appreciate. They create systems that work without them. They understand that money flowing from multiple directions is not just smart economics. It is insurance against mediocrity. The desperate middle-class man buys a new car to celebrate a promotion. The elegant man takes that same money and puts it into dividend-paying stocks or rental property. 5 years later, one man has a depreciating asset sitting in his driveway. The other man has monthly income that pays for his actual car. See the difference? Now here is where most men lose the plot entirely. They think looking successful and being successful are the same thing. What genuinely wealthy people understand is that true luxury is having options, not having logos. Habit number 2 is about the relationship between what you show and what you own. Many truly wealthy people are often the ones in plain sneakers and beat-up hoodies because they know status does not come from looking rich. It comes from being free. Free to choose where you live, what you do, and who you spend time with. Let me paint you a picture. There is a guy in your office who drives a luxury SUV he can barely afford. The monthly payment is crushing him. He posts photos of expensive dinners on social media. He wears designer everything, and he is broke, completely broke. He has less than $2,000 in savings, credit card debt piling up, and he lies awake at night worried about next month. Then there is another guy. He drives a 5-year-old sedan that is paid off. He wears beautiful tailored clothing, but nothing screams for attention. He does not post his life online for validation. And he has over $200,000 invested. He sleeps like a baby because he is building actual wealth, not performing wealth. Which one is elegant? Which one is desperate? The desperate middle class needs external validation. The elegant man validates himself through results only he needs to see. This brings us to habit number 3, and this is where things get uncomfortable. Wealthy individuals break free from the cycle of spending their entire income each month. The top income quintile saves a larger portion of income compared to lower income households. Translation: the elegant man pays himself first. Before the bills, before the lifestyle, before anything else, he puts money aside. It is automatic. It is non-negotiable. It is how wealth is actually built. The desperate middle-class man gets a raise and immediately inflates his lifestyle to match. The average American household saw income increase by 8.3% in 2023, while expenditures rose by 5.9%. That means for every dollar increase in income, households spent about 71 cents. They got more money and stayed exactly as broke as before. The elegant man flips this completely. He gets a raise and directs 75% of it straight to investments before he even thinks about upgrading anything. The difference compounds over decades. It is the difference between retiring wealthy and working until you die because you have to. Here is the thing about money that nobody wants to hear. Financial stress can reduce your thinking ability by about 13 IQ points, similar to losing a night of sleep. When you are stressed about bills, you are literally making yourself stupider. You cannot think clearly. You make emotional decisions. You stay trapped. The elegant man structures his life to eliminate financial stress, not by making more money, by spending less than he makes and investing the difference. It is simple, but simple is not the same as easy. Now, habit number 4 is about time. The economics do not make sense if someone can earn $150 per hour through professional work, but spend 2 hours on yard work they could outsource for $100. The desperate middle-class man does everything himself because he thinks it saves money. He mows his own lawn. He changes his own oil. He spends his Saturday assembling furniture from a box. Meanwhile, those hours could have been spent building a business, learning a skill, or developing relationships that actually move him forward. The elegant man understands opportunity cost. His time has value, real value, and he protects it like the asset it is. This does not mean he never enjoys working with his hands. It means he makes strategic decisions about where his energy creates the most return. Think about the most successful men you know. Are they spending their weekends doing tasks they could hire out for $20 an hour? Or are they focusing on activities that multiply their wealth and influence? The difference is not laziness, it is prioritization. And this connects directly to habit number 5, which might be the most important one. Luxury enthusiasts cultivate relationships with like-minded individuals, elite brands, and top-tier professionals to access unique experiences and opportunities. They understand that proximity to excellence accelerates growth. Your network is not just your net worth, it is your entire life trajectory. The desperate middle-class man surrounds himself with other desperate middle-class men. They all complain about the same things. They all make the same excuses. They all stay exactly where they are year after year after year. It is comfortable. It is familiar. It is death. The elegant man deliberately puts himself in rooms where he is the least successful person present. Why? Because that is where growth happens. That is where he learns. That is where he discovers opportunities that average men never even know exist. Wealthy individuals seek out mentors and build networks with other successful people, understanding that proximity to excellence accelerates growth. They join the right clubs. They attend the right events. They invest in relationships with people who are already where they want to be. This is not networking. This is strategic positioning. And here is what makes this habit so powerful. When you surround yourself with men who think bigger, act bolder, and demand more from themselves, you cannot help but level up. Their standards become your standards. Their habits become your habits. Their results become your results. The desperate middle class calls this elitism. The elegant man calls it common sense. So let me bring this full circle. You have these 5 habits, multiple income streams, prioritizing substance over appearance, paying yourself first, valuing your time correctly, and surrounding yourself with excellence. These are not theories. These are the documented patterns of men who have built real wealth and real influence. According to menswear experts, nearly all the most impressively turned out men on the red carpet share certain habits. And it is not necessarily having a stylist on speed dial. It is about the daily decisions that compound over time. Now here is what you need to understand. Every single one of these habits is available to you right now. You do not need permission. You do not need more money. You do not need a better job or a different background. You just need to stop doing what desperate men do and start doing what elegant men do. The question is whether you will. Most men watching this will nod along, feel motivated for about 48 hours, and then slide right back into their old patterns. They will keep leasing cars they cannot afford. They will keep spending everything they make. They will keep surrounding themselves with mediocrity, and they will wonder why their lives never change. But you are not most men. If you were, you would not still be here. So here is what I want you to do. Subscribe to this channel if you are serious about transforming your elegance into real power and success. Hit that notification bell because the content coming next builds on everything we have discussed today. And leave a like if you are committed to becoming the kind of man who commands respect without saying a word. Because here is the truth. Elegance is not about looking good. It is about being good. It is about building a life so solid, so well constructed, so undeniably successful that you do not need to prove anything to anyone. That is power. That is what we are building here. And if you want to take this even further, if you want access to exclusive content and deeper strategies that I only share with serious men who are committed to this path, consider becoming a member of this channel. Membership starts at just $4.99 per month. Click the membership button below to join. That support allows me to keep creating this content and keep pushing you toward the life you actually want. Let me recap what you learned today because this matters. You learned that multiple income streams are not optional, they are essential. You learned that true wealth is invisible, while fake wealth screams for attention. You learned that paying yourself first is the only way to actually build wealth. You learned that your time has value and you need to protect it. And you learned that the people around you determine your trajectory more than almost anything else. These 5 habits separate elegant men from desperate men, success from struggle, power from performance. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and tell me, build wealth quietly. Just those 3 words if you got it. Let me know you are in this with me. Now before you go, remember this. Moda não é luxo. É poder. Fashion is not luxury, it is power, and power is not given, it is built, one habit at a time, one decision at a time, one day at a time. I am Daniel, and I will see you in the next one.